From what I could see of them beyond through the Steam, oh my god. Guys, I just figured it out. All this Steam was the mist hiding Bismarck where she was taking form. That's what all the censorship is. It's just the mist. Dude, Sabaton was trying to tell us the whole time. They were trying to tell us the whole time. Holy shit. I just figured it out. Sabaton knew the whole time. Bismarck's why. They said it through the mist. The ship was taking form. It's it. Fucking figured it out. Holy crap. And that clip is an intro to my channel and some of the jokes you may find at twitch.tv/Agito Live. Welcome to the YouTube side of things. I'm Agito Live, and this video is intended for those who are coming back to the game for the Bismarck event, or the Bismarck's Y event, or the Bismarck 2 event. You are Bismarck, Bismarck, retrofit, not retrofit, I don't know, whatever. Those who are coming back to the game, and you may get something on your account that's called the comeback missions. If you've been logged out of the game, I think it's 30 plus days. I can't remember the exact number off the top of my head at the moment. But if you've logged out of the game for a significant amount of time and you come back to the game, you get what is called the comeback campaign. And it was revamped just this year, I think, or was it the end of last year, beginning of this year? I'm not entirely sure, but it was revamped this year. But it was revamped recently. Anyways, this is my first attempt at a sort of guide, sort of video-ish. I've been playing Azur Lane since its release, a little bit before, maybe not necessarily its release, maybe like 3 or 4 or 5 months after the release, a little bit before Bismarck event, but still during Neptunia. So whenever that was. Anyways, and I've been playing it consistently ever since. I play on multiple accounts. I play, my main account is on the Lexington server, and you will find me streaming that once again on Twitch. And you will also find me playing my challenge accounts on there as well. Generally speaking, I have a Ironblood Axis account that I play, which I'm going to be revamping, and that's the comeback account that you'll be seeing in the video coming up. And I have a USS only account. I have an HMS only account, which the HMS only account is doing real well, even though I have not played it in, I think, like a month or so. It's still doing really well. The USS account also has the comeback mechanic on it, so I'll probably have slice in some clips of that account as well as I've relogged into it. But there's a lot of missions, there's a lot of event missions, and there's a lot of things that have changed about the game in the last year or so that I want to touch on some of those topics, some of the ways to spend some of your resources when you first come back into the game, ways to complete those missions, how you should complete those missions, if the missions are really worth it, the resources that you're getting out of it. Yeah, just generally all that's good stuff. To be able to help anybody coming back to the game. Usually on my Twitch side of things, I do account reviews, I do account roasts. We enjoy those. So feel free to stop by the Twitch side of things and come check me out. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that jazz. And I'll see you later. Thanks. All right, let's get into it. So right here in front of us right now, we have my Ironblood Access account on the main big projection screen over there. At the bottom, on the first account you see there is my main account. I'm not really going to be touching that very much right now. And then right next to that, where you see the daily login sitting there, that is the USS only account. I'm going and then right below me, you'll see a list of like the topics I'm going to go through. I may miss something on this list, but I'm going to try to go through this whole list as best I can, as concisely as I can. Not necessarily as quick as I can. It's going to possibly going to be a longer video. That's just kind of how I do things. I'm going to try to save myself time and not editing. I apologize for the long form video, but I ramble. It happens. All right. So first off, let me preface the video. I am not an expert. I'm not a math whiz. I'm not anything along those lines. I'm just a really long time player. I've been playing the game for a very long time, and these are all views expressed in this are just my own experiences and ideas and concepts. If you got a problem with that, feel free to leave a friendly comment down below about that, and just create discussion or whatever. I don't care. It's all good. Just don't be an ass. If you have a piece of advice for somebody based on something you've seen in my video that would be better than what I've said, feel free to leave that also in the comments. I don't mind. But moving on from that as quickly as possible to get right into this, let's first look at the returner mechanics. When you first log into the game, when you log back to the game, you're going to see the monthly login. You're going to see the notice pop up. You're going to see this right here. The monthly login will pop up. You'll get your monthly login. And then the notice will probably pop up as well. And the Azure Lane account bind is here. Make sure you bind your account if you haven't already bound it. But what you're going to see is these two blue, you might see this red one up here, but you'll probably just see this blue one depending on how long you've been away from the game. I'll cover this in just a moment, but let's look at, actually, you know, my bullet point. Let's briefly cover the rookie missions. They're for priority. There are missions that give you these data packs, which are experience packs that you can use here in the shipyard for your ships to speed up the combat collection. Do not do that, though. Do not not okay. Don't do it. It's bad. It's a very bad idea. Don't do that. You can get this experience just fine playing the game, okay? What you should instead do is once you've collected these from here, mostly you're trying to get these rewards, like finishing this stuff. And this is just stuff you're just generally going to do at the game, commissions, events, hard modes, things along those lines. Once you collect them, you're going to go in here into your items. You're going to go find them, like these four right here. You're going to analyze them and turn them into prototype cores, which as a returning player will be very useful to you because you will then go over here to munitions and you go to the prototype core shop right here, prototype core shop in the munitions. And you will see you have a certain amount here and you can buy really good stuff out of here. The most important thing in here is the blueprints for a Tenrai, the blueprints for the 457, and the blueprints for the 234. You can also buy gear prints from the various gears from the different series of what's it called? There are various different series of gears that come with each research, right? I would go to the wiki to see what you can actually turn these in for. I'm not going to go over that here, but sometimes it can be worth it. But generally speaking, you want to save these for the UR gear prints. You do not want the UR blueprints. You do not want these UR blueprints. You want to save these for your prototype gear UR prints. Okay, so I'm gonna go over that real quick again. When you get these combat data packs, whether they're Series 4 or Series 3, it does not matter what series they are. You do not go here and use them for speed up. It is not worth it. It is not worth it. I will repeat that again. Instead, go down here, go to your item, go to your storage, go to your item, go to your combat data pack here, go to analyze and turn them. I'll show you. I'll turn 10 of them right now because I like to keep them there. I'm going to turn 10 of them over. I get some of the prototype cores. Then you go to the shop, go to munitions, go to prototype store. Now I have more. You buy these. Buy 10 and in that order. Tenrai, 457, 234. Okay, in that order. As you can see, I've already bought some of these. I've built some of these. I have not bought my Tenrai ones out of here yet, though I probably should and will at some point. And as you can see, this is my Iron Boat account. I hadn't played it in a while. All right, now to the returner mission. The reason we're all here. The returning missions, you get a daily login. Every day, you will get a set amount of cubes and other various resources. At the first day, you'll get a unicorn. That's very important. We'll go over that in a minute, okay? Over the next several days, if you log in, you have 14 days of logging in, basically. Every day, you'll get more cubes. You'll get stuff. You get a Warspite here eventually. You get oil. These are cat quick finishers, cat boxes, some, looks like Series 4 blueprints, and 2 gold boolins, and a couple of general prints, and some augment stuff. We'll go over that as well. You will also get some retrofit materials, but mostly the most important thing is all the cubes. It's a lot of cubes. You will also unlock event missions every day for 10 days. For the first 10 days, you will unlock the missions. So you have missions to do every day within those 14 days, and you can 100% complete all of them very easily, no problems. It's not hard, and I'm going to show you exactly how to get through each mission, like in time, and ahead of time without like being like, oh no, I'm never going to get all my new rewards and collections and stuff. We'll go over that. Don't worry. And every time you collect one of those missions, you will get a point accumulation points. You'll accumulate points to start collecting other really good rewards starting from here. Boolins, oil, metals, XP packs, more boolins, more oil, retrofit, all this stuff. Your goal, the general goal, and I have it written down here, your general goal is to reach 2,160 points. Everything after that, it's like, these are good, but 30 universal gold plates if you haven't been playing the game for a long time, or if you just came back and you didn't do a lot of Operation Siren before, or maybe you did do a lot of Operation Siren. Did do a lot of Operation Siren. It's never a bad idea to come back around and go ahead and get these, right? They're really, really good. And I'll point out another reason why you want these as we go through. But that's your general. If you complete every mission, you should get everything on this list. I calculated it out. It's 80 points per mission. There are 30 missions. That's 2,400 points. That's exactly how much you need. If you get there, you're done. This comeback is so much better than the previous comeback system to the game. It wasn't RNG, but it had all the missions were the same. It was very repetitive, and you really couldn't get everything done in one day unless you were like, you logged back in and you're just playing the game like constantly, right? Whereas this is much more forgiving. It's much more casual. It's much more, I logged in. I wanted to check the game back out. I got to play for a couple hours. You can complete each of these in a day, a couple of hours a day, if you log in every day. And even if you don't log in every day, the mission will be there the next day. And if you do find a day where you have more time to play, you can complete several missions ahead of time so that when they unlock and you log in again, you automatically get them. Now, the one thing you have to keep in mind is, if you forget to log in, I believe, and I'm not 100% on this, I believe that you will miss a day. If you don't log in during the event, log in every day to receive great rewards. I'm not sure if this is you need to log in every day or every day it unlocks a new reward, like the missions. The missions seem to unlock every day. Like every day, new missions unlock automatically. Even if you didn't log in, they still unlock. This seems like you have to log in. So if you didn't log in on 6th day and then you log in like on the 7th day, you're going to get day 6 rewards. So you actually have a potential to lose out on rewards if you don't log in every day. So at the very minimum, if you're coming back, it's in your best interest to click that login button. Even if you do nothing else for that whole day, your best option is to at least log in for the day to get the cubes. That is the most important thing. There are no cubes on this track, I don't think. So getting the points in that terms is completely like optional, right? So you don't necessarily need to do the missions, but there are a lot of really good rewards in the missions too, and we'll go over those as well. So I went over the combat packs. I explained prototype, core shop, what to buy, what not to buy. Oh, I didn't talk about the UR Boolin back in there. To go back to that shop real quick. I want to do that now. Yeah, we'll do that now. To go back to the shop real quick in the prototype core. If you're coming back to the game, you're probably coming back for the new Bismarck event that is launching either tomorrow or sometime this week that I release this video. The specialized Boolin, this one that you can buy with these resources, if you've just come back to the game, you may not have a lot of them, or you may have a lot of them. Either way, do not buy more than maybe one of these before the event starts or before the event is over. Because the event itself, if you're playing the event, will give you at least one. If you haven't been playing, you most likely do not have the cruise pass complete. And I will talk about the cruise pass in a minute. And the cruise pass at the end, on the free side of it, will also give you another one. There is, so there's one in the event rewards, right? There's one free from there. And if you really haven't been playing a long time, there is going to be another one from a mission here. And I can't remember off the top of my head, but I think there's another one somewhere. I think if you've not been playing a long time, there is actually like a side mission in here that also gives you one. So that's potentially a free of 4, which means, and it's all you need to be able to max limit break Bismarck's Y. With that said, you may also get duplicates, and you may not want to keep multiple copies, and you can limit break it that way as well. So I would hold off till either after the event to buy any UR Boolins, because you don't want them sitting in your dock taking up space. Like I have these two right here, just taking up. Well, they're not really taking up space on the account because I can up-level Musashi, but I'm saving them now for Bismarck's Y. But that's an example of like, you don't want them taking up precious dock space, right? And unless you're a Giga Whale, then you don't freaking care. You have bajillion dock space and you can do whatever the hell you want. But if you're not one of those good Giga Whales, you want to save some dock space. So be careful with that, buying too many UR Boolins right off the back when you come back to the game. Moving on from that, go through missions and how to complete them. Sure, let's do that. Let's go through this. So each day you'll unlock the missions. Day 1 mission, build 10 ships. Do not do this in a single day. Unless you're pulling on the event banner, like if you're logging in today when the event's not out or whatever, do not pull on any of the stuff in a single day. You get effectively a free pull every single day by your daily mission of pull 1 ship. Down here on the bottom screen, actually, if you look at it, because I haven't done it yet, and I really need to do it. Build 1 ship gets you 1 cube. If you go over here to the build light pull, you build 1 ship, it costs 600 gold. You're technically getting a net 200 gold and 2 quick finishers, so you can quick finish this, right? Do not waste cubes. All right? That's the biggest thing. If you're just coming back to the event, you really want to get Bismarck's Y. Do not waste your cubes. So do not build this all in one day unless it's on the banner for the ship you want. Obviously, if you started the day the event came out and you got this mission on day 1, go build 10 ships on the banner. It's not going to matter. It's not a big deal. But if you're doing this outside of an event, you have 14 days to complete this mission, right? Build 1 ship a day. You'll finish it in 10. No problems. Okay. Conduct exercises. Actually, let me skip down here a little bit. Let me go to the other day 1 missions. The other day 1 missions, sortie and defeat 15 boss fleets. You'll get that doing your dailies or just farming in general or doing Operation Siren. Enhance ships 30 times. That's something you're going to do also just generally over the course of playing the game when you came back. Really easy to complete. Good rewards. 300 XP packs are really good, actually. 70 food. That's good. And then this one gives 12 quick finishers, so that's pretty good. Day 2, use a total of 100 T1 experience data packs. Well, you get 300 from this mission, so really easy to use those on a ship that you may want to level. Remember I talked about Unicorn before? Day 2, fully limit break Unicorn, and you get 300 more XP packs. Now, there are more missions in here. Complete 12 daily challenges. You'll get that really easy. Get Unicorn to level 100. You see a trend here. Complete 1 retrofit stage with any ship. If you've been gone from the game long enough, you may not know that Unicorn has a retrofit now. And it makes her SR, makes her gold tier. Or SSR, makes her gold tier. She is very, very strong. She's a really strong healer. If you do not have Perseus, she is the best healer you can get in the game right now. Like, absolutely hands down. She's super strong, and I even have a few clips here of just an idea of what I'm talking about. A video done by a friend of mine, or a viewer of mine, however you want to look at it, who did World 14 clears on his no gacha account. So he has a challenge account where he doesn't use the gacha system at all. He doesn't roll on banners. He doesn't do any of that. And he cleared all the way up through 14.4 with very good ships. As you can see, he's got FDG, Odin, Brest, Wakazaki, I wrote her name down here somewhere. Harbin, right? But none of those ships have healing capabilities. And in World 14, healing is very, very important. Later in the game, healing is very, very important. Sustained, good, consistent healing, especially Vanguard and backline healing is really good. Now, Perseus is obviously the better option of this, but with Unicorn's retrofit, she now starts healing the backline as well. On the first shot she does every time, she heals the backline as well. So as you'll see throughout various clips of this video of Unicorn basically keeping this fleet alive throughout as a mob fleet throughout the rest of the map. All right, having no issues, keeping everybody alive throughout this. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit, and you'll see, another fight. They're all decently topped up. Yes, they have good defensive skills that keep them alive, but they would not be able to last, 8 fights in order to properly spawn the boss without a healer. Like, it just wouldn't be possible. You might have to play a manual, and it would be a grind, and it would be unfair. And so this is just to show the strength of Unicorn. Going further into the video, you see still everybody's really topped up in health. In between fights, he's moving his submarine around. So in between fights, everybody looks relatively healthy, right? This is all due to Unicorn and like good damage. Like obviously the team is like killing enemies fast enough so that Unicorn can keep everybody alive. Skipping forward some more. Skipping forward some more. Everybody's still alive. Everybody topped up. I mean, people are actually like, they're taking a little bit of damage now because he's running out of ammo. But Wakazuki took a little more damage there. But she'll get topped back up with proper fleet management, right? I'm gonna watch this real quick. Oh, Wakazuki died. Okay, maybe. But he got this far with her. And she's not. Oh, she's not dead. Why did she look dead there? That's weird. Well, she immediately got healed quite a bit because also Unicorn gets a preload, so she fires off immediately with that front and back line heal. So basically, the team is relatively healthy and allowed him to fully clear all the mobs so that he could get to the boss with the boss fleet. There you go. So if you ever needed a good example of like why Unicorn is really good now, there it is right there. No gotcha ships, no other thing else. Yes, they are strong ships that are around her, but she helps support that really well. I cannot make that clear enough. She's very, very good. So to get back to the point of this, Unicorn level 100, retrofit. Sortie and clear, non-hard mode stages. This is really good. This is very good. It's really easy to get. You get 3 of these a day. It's super easy, super not hard to understand. It's a quick in and out, do your daily, right? Open 5 tech boxes. If you don't remember what tech boxes are, that's these gold and rainbow boxes. These gold boxes, these purple boxes, just open 5 of them and you're done. Completely done. No problems. Aced. Let's see what else. Conduct tactical training. So that's your research, right? Your tactical training is the lab, the research academy stuff. That's all this. I think it's that. Yes, yeah, it's your lab. Once you finish 15 of those, that mission's complete. Easy, no problem. Raise level cap of Unicorn 105. You see the trend here? They really want you to level Unicorn, and you should. She's very, very strong, and you're not wasting your resources doing it. If you already have Perseus, maybe you're wasting your resources. Maybe. But they're giving you all the things you need to be able to automatically level her up that fast. 300, that's 600 XP. That is, I want to give an example here. I think, I know I have Unicorn on this account. However, let me look at Ironblood. Let me look at an Ironblood ship because this is my Ironblood account, so I don't want to level anything that's not really good. Let's look at this little prince right here, right? Those EXP tokens can be used here. If you're just come back to the game and you don't know how to use them on the character screen, you just go to the character you want to use them on, boost experience, you click there, you have I have 965 of them, right? Auto. It takes only 97 to get the character to 70. So you're getting 600 of these. It's super easy. Just throw these at Unicorn to complete the missions to get the rewards, okay? You don't even have to use that many of them even to get her to level 100. Let me see if there's another character that's already limit broke. Okay, so I have another little prince right here, level 70, right? So it took 69-ish to get him all the way to, or it took 92, or I think is what it was, to get him all the way to level 70. It takes 278 to go from 70 to 30. So that's about 400 or so to get her all the way to level 100. And that's assuming you just use packs. You could just level her normally, obviously. But if you want to make it quick and you want to get the mission done, you can do it ahead of time by just using the packs that you're getting, right? Another thing to keep in mind with these missions, and you'll start to notice this as I go down here and I keep going further and they keep asking you to use Unicorn, you'll notice that some of them are still locked, but they're already complete with collect, just waiting. So something you can do ahead of time, starting from the second, first, whatever day you want to start, you could look down here and start doing the missions ahead of time. Like as an example, one of the missions is upgrade the type AP shell to +11. I think I had a mission in here. I think I had one of them that was unlocked. Buy one type, one AP shell from the core shop. Now, I already, on this account, before I made it an Ironblood account, it was actually my original main account, right? So I actually had a Unicorn already leveled up from way back in the day. So it actually already counts my Unicorn leveled up in here somewhere. Yeah, raise level cap Unicorn 105 or higher. So it actually already counts her as that. However, the type AP shell, which is this shell out of the core shop, it is this shell, it does not count it if you've already got one. As far as buying one from the shop, it does not count it. It does count it, I believe, and we're going to find out right now because I'm going to do this. I really shouldn't, but I'm going to do this. I believe it does count it if... Actually, let me look at one that's equipped on a character real quick. I think I have one on Turbits, perhaps. I do. So it does count, I believe, if you already have one and you're plussing it to 11. So we're going to find that out right now. I'm just going to plus that one to 11. I don't care about the resources so much. So now as you can see, it still hasn't registered that I bought one out of the shop, right? And you want to do this one because 20 general prints, it's pretty good. That's also a free, I think it's the free level up. And buy for 25, upgrade the type on 11 to plus 11. So there you go. See right there, I get it to plus 11. Even though I already have a shell. So if you're a returning player, you most likely already have a shell. So it's going to be pretty easy to level up to 1. But if you want to complete that mission, you're going to have to buy a shell out of there. Now, earlier I mentioned the fact that your goal in general is to get to 2,160 points. This oil is nice, but unnecessary. These gear pieces, there are only 5 of them. It's worth it, but unnecessary. I don't know if it's worth 700 data core, right? I don't know if 5 of those to you are worth 700 of these, right? Because you have to buy another, or 800, not even 700, 800 of them. You have to buy another one in order to finish that mission. So you could just leave that mission blank and just not get that last reward. It's really up to you. Personally, buying another white shell is not that big a deal. They're very good. They're hit firepower. They're good on pretty much every battleship. You're going to want more of them in general anyways. Even whether you're going for gear collection or you're just wanting to make sure all your battleships are outfitted correctly, you're going to want more of them anyway. So spending the 800 on that, if you don't already have a lot of them, spending another 800 is not a big deal. If you've got a lot of core data left over from when you played a lot, it's not that big a deal either. But just something to keep in mind is that, is it worth 5 of those general, what are those again specifically? Let me go ahead and, I know I have some in here. Something I do. Well, I think they give you like 5 of these, right? That's what that is. Yeah, it's like gear stuff. Yeah, it's not something you open. It's gear stuff that you get. So is it really worth 5 of those? I don't know. It really depends on like you. What do you want? Because you may want to buy something else out of the shop instead, because some of the things, and now I'll go over this. It's on my list here, I think. Things to go over. Yeah, white shells, black shells, cog arrays. So there are other things in this shop that are worth buying if you already have, like, say 5 or 6 white shells from playing before. I would say don't buy the white shell. If you only have like 1 or 2, you may want to buy another. You may want to actually just go ahead and buy that other one. But there are other ships and other things in here that may be more worth your time and your effort if you want to. As an example, Rune Muse is now in this shop. And Rune Muse is actually a very, very strong ship. Speed debuff, damage increase for the team, very, very strong. The cognitive arrays are also in here, which are the new level 120 to 125 bump. If you haven't been playing since then, you're probably going to be really low on those. And those are very hard to come by these days. It's getting a little bit better, but you're definitely going to buy these out of the core shop every single time. So if you're just coming back, you may want to consider buying that instead if you don't have a lot of core data. Same with the cognitive chips. If you're doing a lot of 120ing characters because you're trying to get fleet tech or something along those lines, you're definitely going to want to push the envelope on that and just get those more as well. So you're just definitely going to, your resource management is going to be very important on this aspect coming back to the game. So it is something to consider, something to think about. I mean, you also have black shells, which is increased the crit rate, so you might want that instead. So it's just something to look at. Is there are other things in the shop that may be worth your points more to you than to someone else. And I would say that errs on the caution side of, if you have 3 or less of the white shells, probably buy another white shell, because you probably have at least 4 battleships that you want to use, especially if you're an Ironblood, because there are at least 3 you definitely want to use. If you are if you just want ships to fill in lines, going for Rune Muse is good. Independence is good in here. Her retrofit, if you haven't been playing since her retrofit, is also very strong. And then the cognitive arrays and the cognitive chips are very good. Do not buy boxes out of here, please. And most of the purple gear is kind of trash. Other than the homing beacon's pretty good. And then there are some other little pieces here, like little niche pieces that you need here and there. But I'm not gonna like bog you down with that. That's just something to consider when it comes to that specific mission of having to buy one AP shell from the core shop. They do give you a lot of core data from this mission that you can just like wash and say it's specifically for that, and you just build from there. That's fine too. And you do what you want on that one. So let's see, what else did I want to go over on this? The cog arrays, Infinite's room, homing beacons, go over gold plates and why do that mission. Oh, okay. So gold plates. If you don't do a lot of Operation Siren, you probably don't have a lot of gold plates, right? So doing the mission is helpful because you get 20 general gold plates, which is like that free plus 11 upgrade on there almost. But the other reason you want to get the point accumulation is because you get these 20 generals that you can use wherever you want, and you'll get 30 generals that you can use wherever you want. And what those do specifically is they're the ones that you can turn into, where are they? I know I have some. I thought I had some on this account. Maybe I don't. I know I have some on my main, but I don't seem to have some on this account. So let me go ahead and on the bottom screen, on the bottom right, where you see Osmo down there. If you look down here, I do have some of them here that I have not used. There they are. I have 319. They're universal alls that you can just turn into whatever you want parts. So if you're like lacking on sub parts or torpedo parts, if you're lacking on main gun parts, if you're lacking on general parts, you can turn them into those and be able to upgrade the gear you want to the plus 11 for a purple gear and plus 13 for gold and rainbow gear, which we did discuss earlier about getting the rainbow gear out of those prototype cores. So something to think about. So that's why you want to try to at least go for that 21,000 point value. I mean, at the very minimum, go for the 11 to get these 20 generals. But there's a lot of other really good lures. Oh, there's another UR Bulin right here. There's one right there. So you get one in your comeback campaign. You can get one in the cruise pass. You can get one from the mission itself. If you never did it before, you'll get one from the event. That's 4. That's 4 right there. Yeah, so I like I said, when it comes to the universal Bulins, just to go back to that real quick, I know I'm jumping from topic to topic here. Hopefully you guys can keep up. I'm a little sporadic on this stuff. It's just kind of how my brain works. I would hold off on that one. Okay. Something to keep in mind is there is one in the returner. I almost forgot about that. There is actually one in here in the returner mechanic. And I don't know if there's one in the daily login. No, but it's just in the returner mechanic. So something to keep in mind to not bog down your dock space, basically. You'll get a lot of oil in there too. And then augment modules. That's what I didn't talk about. If you've just come back to the game and you haven't been playing for a while, there's these new augment gears. Several characters have their own specific augment. Like, let's take Turpitz. You're coming back for the Iron Blood event. Let's talk about Turpitz for a second, right? Turpitz has her own augmented gear. Augmented gear goes in this new slot that's right here. Only max limit break characters can use augmented gear. Not every character has their own specific augmented gear. Most characters will use a generalist one. But some characters like Turpitz have been graced with their own specific item. Turpitz item allows her to basically be with other Ironblood battleships that are not Bismarck, effectively, and not lose her buff. It allows her to be with Bismarck and still gain her buff, I think, but it allows her to be with like FDG and Odin and not lose her buff, or with like Bismarck's Y, I guess maybe, because I'm sure Bismarck's Y won't have a thing on her, and use her buff. So that's something to consider. Is the augments. Those are materials that are built with that, and you can build them in here in the special category. You can build them on the characters. So like if I opened up one of the characters that didn't have one, or does have one, equip, you can build them here. These are the craft, the depot. Yeah, there you go. And they do different things, and they cost an exorbitant amount of gold to like max out if they're a gold one. If they're a purple one, not so much, but these are pretty rare, so make sure you build carefully. I'm not going to do a whole build guide into that, but that is something to keep in mind. that is another thing that you will get from this, is 5 of these, which help build out those specific items. I think you need 15. I think you need 15 for Turpin's specific item, and I think that's for everybody's specific augment. Right? Yeah, you need 15. You need 15 for their specific augment. And to max level 10, sorry about that, is 21,000 gold. So something to keep in mind when you're out there building stuff and things like that and getting gold, etc. That is one of the things that you're getting out of these missions. Guild tokens are something you're getting in there too. Munitions. Like I said earlier, you can complete missions ahead. You're going to get some of these as well. Remember, if you've just come back to the game or you're new to the game even, you're going to want to do all those 50 exercises you're going to want to do so you can get these to get more gold boolins so you can start leveling up those ships that you're just getting from the event. And you can also get purple boolins in here, and you can get, there are sometimes cubes in here. So those are worth getting. Now, I think that was it. Gold plates, you get those in Operation Siren mostly, but you'll get like 50 from here, which is pretty good. Plus the 20 of the General Prince. Your goals reach 2160. Yep, that's good. Go over weekly missions in regards to cubes. Oh, okay, so that's another thing. So if you just come back and you're doing all the returner stuff, it definitely also means that you're going to be completing your weekly missions, which I'm going to go ahead. If you go down to the bottom screen here, you'll get a weekly set of missions, and you'll get a bunch of rewards from those weekly missions. And there's a bunch of things to do. Just playing the game, you will complete this. If you farm a map, any map, Operation Siren, or like a gold farm map or an event map, you will probably complete this in like a day, 2 days. They're called weeklies, but they're really like a daily, and there's like a 2-day daily, basically. And you'll get about 15 cubes a week. You get 12 cubes from the weekly, and you get three cubes daily from your dailies. Your sortie, your build, and your one hard mode each give you 4 cubes. You spend 1 cube to do that one build, so you're effectively gaining 3 cubes, 2 quick finishers, and some other resources, right? That equates to what? 7 a week times 3 is 14, 21. So 21 plus 12 is 33 cubes a week. So the event, the new Bismarck event coming out, is going to be 3-week event. So you have roughly 90 cubes. Let's say 100 cubes. So you get 100 cubes over that time, if not more, from missions and other scenarios. And the comeback mechanic, you're getting a bunch of cubes as well. I don't really remember how many cubes I had on this account before I logged in like 5 or 6 days ago. But as you can see, I'm up to 247 right now. I've been playing a lot. I think I had a little bit. I think I had under 100. I think I had under 200. So I think I probably gained about 100 cubes in the last, maybe not in the last few days, but something along those lines. And don't forget, you will also have your old mail that may have cubes in it. Like, let's see. I know I had one in here. I have an old trade license I used to have. I would highly recommend, if you're coming back and you plan to actually stay and play, to get the trade license. It's very good. Like the Valentine's Day, there's like 10 cubes in here waiting for me if I need these 10 cubes, and a bunch of oil and other resources. So make sure you check your mail. You may have cubes in there that you don't know about in order to make sure that you can pull as much as possible for Bismarck's Y. Another thing that you'll want to look at, again, comes from just being able to play the game, is the Cruise Pass, which is Azure Lady's version of the Battle Pass. If you haven't played in maybe a year or so, you may not know what this is, but it's Azure Lady's version of a Battle Pass. The free side of it is very good. There are about, I think I wrote it down here, 20 cubes. Yeah, there are 20 cubes on the regular side of the Battle Pass, and then another 30 on the paid side of the Battle Pass, and it's definitely worth its money. It's very good. You get a lot of really good stuff out of it. You get more gems, you get skins, you get a cheap skin. You get gear and weapon skins and other really, really good materials. I 100% stand by it. It's only $10 with that, and the trade license is about, like, let's say like $20 a month. Not that big a deal, right? If you're like a low spender, just a little bit of spender, you want to support the game, that kind of stuff. That's a great way to do it, is the Cruise Pass and the trade license. If you haven't been playing the game for a while, guilds are a thing. Find a guild, join it, do your funds contribution, collect your rewards from your missions, right? Collect your rewards, do the action reports, do these missions, join the missions and do them. You just quick dispatch and just keep going. Basically, you don't even have to really think about it too much. It's just an easy couple of clicks and you join and you do the thing. And when the guild mission is over, there's a big boss battle and everybody contributes and you get a bunch of more rewards. You get gold plates, silver plates, etc., or purple plates. And you can use those guild tokens and your gold to upgrade various different things about your account. And these are gold research that is and the guild master is in charge of stuff. Dock slots, which is basically that's 400 gems right there. That's 400 gems free right there. Oil storage caps, all this other stuff. As you can see, I have not bought all this out yet. But you also get a lot of this currency, which you can then spend over here in the guild shop. Now, I cannot show it to you right now, but you see how it says it doesn't say refresh. I'm gonna go ahead and put the I'm gonna put real quick. I am going to put this account up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about because it's the same. When you go to the guild shop, okay, you go to your guild shop, you see your tokens here. Buy whatever you think you need out of here for whatever gear piece you're leveling. I actually need some of these. Buy these. Let's buy these. You're gonna get these resources. These once you join a guild, you're gonna get these like crazy. I'm gonna get these for retrofit, and I don't need that. Make sure you do this refresh every time. I've talked to many people on my stream about this several times. Twitch.tv/Agito Live. And you go to the guild tokens. It costs 50 guild tokens to reset the shop. It doesn't cost gems. It doesn't cost gold. It doesn't cost anything. Just 50 guild tokens, reset the shop. You'll be able to buy another 5 of these, allowing you to get at least 10 plates of what I'm doing. All right, so real quick, interjecting here again. One of the things that I noticed when watching back, I did not talk about the exclusive packs that you get for that you have access to for this this part of the game for the returner. So one of those things is these. I can't show mine that I actually had here already. I will put a screenshot here somewhere of the ones that I actually did grab. There was one that was 150 gems, and I bought the 99-cent pack and went and bought it because it was 300 core data, and I was like, that's worth it. I'll buy that. That's no brainer. This is up to you. What are gems valued to you? If you are a free-to-play player, no, do not use gems on any of this stuff. It's probably not a good value. If you're not, if you're a Gajil whale or whatever, you don't care, buy whatever you want. The gold is probably maybe worth it. Probably not, especially with the event coming back up. And it's different, I think. So this was 6 cubes for day 2 login. Just note that down there real quick. This is different packs, right? This is a 250 pack, and it's always 10,000. So they give you a gem pack and a gold pack. You can decide the value of your gold for you, but I just wanted to go over those briefly real quick. So, back to the outro, maybe the rest of the video. I don't know, somewhere in here. Hey, whatever. So another interjection here. You'll probably notice down below that I have all these things in red that I didn't talk about in the original stint of the video. So I was like, I'm just going to do clips of me talking about these things real quick and in a hurry and just go fast from there. So cost oil limits to gold. I didn't mention this before because most people know about this by now. I think it really depends on, again, a lot of these things, I don't remember when they were implemented, but I know they're important, so I'm going to talk about them, right? Cost limits. If you look here, clearing mode cost limit, when you've cleared a map, when you've got it to all clear, you gain the ability to auto battle the whole map, and you get cost limits on maps from World 9 and above, I believe. I believe it's World 9 and above. Let me check that real quick while we're here. Just go back to World 9. Yes, we have cost limits on World 9, and I don't think you have cost limits on World 8. No, there are no cost limits. So starting at World 9, you get cost limits. So what cost limits are is the maximum amount of oil that will be spent on a fleet when it defeats an escort or a boss. All right? Or a flagship, I guess. So your mob ship and your boss fleet, right? It basically means you can, as long as you reach that cap, I would say a 30 oil cap for the escort fleet. If this fleet costs 80 oil, it'll only cost me 30 oil to use it. And starting on those maps, you get gold. You get more gold the more oil you spend. So the more oil you're allowed to spend, so a higher cost limit of like 42, the more gold you will get. The higher the world, the more gold you'll get for farming that world, etc. So it's very good if you can farm a higher level world. If you're just coming back to the game, you're getting those ships up, you're getting unicorn up, like we talked about before, you will be able to farm those higher level maps, and you will be able to get gold quicker, so you can start pulling for Bismarck's Y a lot faster, on top of all those other cube stuff that you are getting. So I just wanted to cover that real quick about oil caps for like escort stuff. And this will be in the event as well. There will be oil caps in the events on the last, usually on D3 or C3. We'll usually have those oil caps as well. So keep an eye out for those. And yeah. All right. I think this might be the last the little insert here, but I guess we'll find out, won't we? All right. Bye. So that's like the quick and dirty of that. Of like the Fair Winds Pass, the guild shop, the comeback mechanics. Like that is what it is. There's really nothing else to go over, I think. Yeah. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I'll get to them as soon as possible. And don't forget to check me out at twitch.tv/AgitoLive. On Thursday, what's the date going to be? Thursday, the 25th, right? Is as soon as the server comes back up, I'll be doing my pulls, viewer pulls, and running the event and talking about the lore and being all excited about Bismarck's Y and all this other stuff. And I look forward to see you guys there in the future. I hope you enjoyed this. Again, it's a long video. It's a little sporadic. I don't know how much I'm actually going to edit it. I think I'm just going to put it up there and say, screw it. And I will see you guys on the next one when I do that. All right, that was a video, I think. This is me recording afterwards as an outro, I guess. YouTube does that, right? We do outros, I guess, over here on YouTube. So this is an outro, whatever that means. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's my first video. It's really long form. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but at the same time, I also kind of just like that. I like at least a little editing as possible. So you get my brain, like just the process that I go through all of that. I think I covered every topic that I wanted to in said video, talking about different things for the comeback mechanic, how to complete the missions, and just generally going over it. I'm going to re-watch it myself and see how that goes. And then if it does, then you'll see this outro, or you won't see this outro. Maybe I'll do a different outro. Let me pause here for a second. And that was an outro video that you watched. Hopefully, or no, not the outro video. Damn, I really screwed that one up. Bye.